All right, hey guys. This is actually going to be round 3. The first time I had no audio. The second time the audio was really sketchy. So if you're tapping in, let me know if the audio on this Facebook Live is sounding pretty good. So anyway, it's a beautiful fall evening here in Nampa, Idaho. I actually live just outside of Boise. And I got home after a very, very busy day. Had some dinner, and there's still a little bit of light out. And I'm like, let's go for a walk. Let's enjoy some of this cool, crisp air. My lips are starting to freeze up. Let's share some thoughts. So put on my hoodie and going for a walk. Yo, Steve Thompson. And so the past couple days I've had some really good conversations with different people. In fact, a young lady reached out to me yesterday via Facebook Messenger to give me a little bit of appreciation. She said, "Hey Jody, I just want to thank you for the encouragement, the counsel, the accountability that you give my husband, because sometimes he doesn't feel like he's having an impact, even though he's having a huge impact on our family. He is the love of my life, and I just really appreciate him, and I know that he busts his butt for our family, and he tends to work so hard and so focused that sometimes he neglects the people that matter the most in his life." And it's really easy to do. You guys that own your own business or managers or salespeople or whatever, I mean, you can be really, really driven for success, not only for yourself, but also to provide for your family. And sometimes you end up taking the entire weight of life, the weight of supporting your family, and you put it all on your shoulders, you put it all on your heart, you put it all on your mind, and you forget to share that with the person that is most important in your life, your wife. And if you would think back to when you were younger and you were first dating, what were the conversations that you had? You would talk about your dreams. You would talk about the things that you were going to do together. And somewhere along the line, under the weight of the challenges of life, of wanting to support your family in a great way, you forget to include her, and you end up walking by yourself. And you're wondering why nobody understands where you're coming from. You don't feel like you're getting the recognition. But maybe if we included the lady of our life in our conversations, like we talked about back when we first started dating, that we were going to build our life together. If you go back to building and working through life's challenges together, you may discover that the load gets a lot easier, and you'll reconnect in a way that perhaps you haven't done in a long time. So don't exclude the most important in your life in the name of providing, in the name of being a good husband, a good supporter, a good father. Don't make sure that you're including the lady in your life, the one that you said you wanted to build that life with. On a secondary note, I actually had another conversation yesterday. A good friend of mine who I respect. He's trying to make some changes in his life, trying to go in a bit of a new direction that is in line with his experience. But sometimes he can be his own worst enemy, because he's got a bad temper, which a lot of us men, sometimes we explode and we rush, we get offended, we get hurt, we get scared. And so our go-to response is anger. And as I was talking to him about it, I said, think about it like this. If you're in the middle of a hurricane, you can't control the hurricane. The only thing you can control is you. And people like you, when the hurricane comes, when life hits them with a big trial, their go-to response is to get all blustery, to get angry, to rush in, to stir up the pot in the name of trying to fix things instead of being calm. Right? And then we have other men who, when the storm comes, their go-to response is to pack up their bags and leave and not confront the storm that is happening around them, the chaos. No, they just retreat. Oh, you know what? It'll get better. If they ignore it, the problem will just go away. And that's no better. It's just the other side. Then you have men who strive to be the mooring balls for people that can come to them and they can find a safe harbor. They can find good, solid counsel. They can find love and encouragement. They can find safety for their hearts, for their minds, for their soul. And that's awesome. We need men like that. There's also men who are more like the lighthouse. You know, they're standing firm in a secure place and they're going, look guys, I will be the beacon of hope, the beacon of light that will show you the way. Dude, I'm built on a solid foundation that has been earned because as I've gone through life, I've had my own mistakes. I've had to build up. And I'm using these building blocks as guideposts, as principles to show you that there is a better way. So let me be a beacon of hope and light to you. And every single one of those has a solid place, right? So you can choose to be the guy that when the hurricane comes, you can rush and stir the pot and make it worse, trying to control the situation. Or you can be the guy that curls up in the fetal position and just wants to have it all go away and not face the real issues, not only in what's going around him in his life, in his business or in his family, but also he doesn't want to face the real issues with himself. He doesn't want to see that he needs to make changes, that he needs to take himself out of the place he's in and become a better man. And there are those men that are just solid in your life, that you know you can turn to, that you can unload to, that you can seek counsel, that will be a place where you can receive replenishment for your soul, encouragement, advice, that will provide safety and security, that you know that when you share with them, that they will keep your story in confidence. I mean, that is huge. Or you can be the man that is acting the best he can. Yes, he's got faults. Yeah, maybe some of his foundation needs to be shored up, but he's doing his best to be a beacon of hope and light, that to serve as a blueprint that while it may not be the exact path that you can or should take in your life, it will give you principles that will enable you to go, you know what, that is applicable in my life, but if I change it just a little bit, it will enable me to move forward in a positive direction. It will enable me to get through the storm. Because let's be honest, sometimes the life can throw you some real big storms. And you can't control the storm, but you can always control how you respond to the storm. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your insight, your advice. I mean, because dude, I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to figure it out and sharing my experience along the way to hopefully be a beacon of hope and a light to you guys. So you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see ya.